Hi, I'm Gavin,
I'm Oscar.
and this is the S.O.U.N.D Project. So, Oscar, we're in a new spot.
Yeah. Big new space.
Yeah, we moved offices, and this is the first time filming in our new digs. So it's a much bigger space, which was nice because the old space was getting a little cramped. As we've been growing, it's just not enough space to spread out, and we're really excited. It's not completely put together yet. We're working on that, but excited to be here, and so it's a new set.
Yeah. I'm most excited for the new conference room because the old conference room was pretty tight when we were all trying to pile in there.
That is true. We couldn't all sit at the table. So, that's going to be awesome. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about the various acoustical organizations that we're a part of. So we're members of a lot of different organizations, or we have some sort of affiliation with them. And just kind of wanted to let people know about these organizations, what they do that could interest you in learning more about them. So the first one, which is the one that we're most involved with, is NCAC, which is the National Council of Acoustical Consultants. And we've been a member of NCAC for, I believe, about 12 years, something like that. I don't think we started immediately with NCAC 15 years ago, but I think about 3 years in is when we were a part of that. And basically, they recognize experts in the field of acoustics and noise control, and it's just a really great organization because they filter through and make sure that any organization that is part of NCAC, like consulting firms, are reputable and knowledgeable and have the right skill sets to be able to help people. And so I know that you have a lot of experience with NCAC. You actually are more involved with NCAC than even I am. And I've just been really excited about the work you've been doing with them.
Yeah, it's a really cool organization where it's mainly just the different consultants communicating and, forming, committees and organizing on different aspects about the business and just kind of sharing knowledge with each other. And so it's very cool, technically pretty much everybody in NCAC are competitors, but we're all sharing knowledge, talking about kind of what we're going, what our businesses are dealing with, kind of what our issues are, and kind of helping each other all, because kind of the nature of the business is that a lot of acoustical consulting firms are small businesses. Yeah. And so there's a lot of, best business practices that we, are generally chatting about, and there's a forum for consultants on the website where if you have a particularly challenging space or you have a question for other consultants, you can post it, and everybody can kind of help each other out. And so it's a very cool energy in the group of, it's not kind of a winners and losers attitude amongst the group of, it's very much we all help each other, we all go farther together, and that there's plenty of food to eat and we can all help each other out.
Yeah, well, and I think what's great about it too is that NCAC is made up of a lot of different types of acoustical consulting firms, because there's some firms that mostly all they focus on is like noise and vibration, or industrial noise acoustics, underwater acoustics. Right. There's a lot of different branches of acoustical consulting, and ours is architectural acoustics. That's what we focus on. But I oftentimes go to the NCAC website and use the search feature just to find a consultant that when we get an inquiry and it's not quite in our wheelhouse, it's not something that we deal with every day, I would much rather someone be getting the best service possible and go to a firm that does that all the time. Right,
and it's a really cool, system where we all kind of have good relationships with each other, and so we feel comfortable referring people to if another consultant might make more sense for a project if they're in the same area, or or if they focus on a different area of acoustics. And even during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a cool thing going on where travel wasn't really possible a lot. Right. And so there was a lot of collaboration for, I have a project going on in California, but I can't go on site to do testing. And a lot of acoustical consulting companies were working with other consulting firms to gather testing data for them to use on other projects. And so it's a very cool, just collaborative environment.
Yeah, it's really nice too to know that if you go to that website, you can refer someone, even if you don't know them personally, that they've already been vetted and that they're a reputable company, because NCAC does a great job of already doing that type of background research on people. It's really great. I mean, they're really tasked. NCAC, one of their main missions is just to get the word out there about acoustical consulting and what that is and how you should select a consultant. I know they work a lot with that. like what kind of requirements should you look for, what type of firms you should look for. And so I know that I hate to say this, but I've never been to a yearly meeting, like the national yearly meeting, and I need to rectify that. I need to make that happen. But you've been to them in the past, and you're also involved in some different committees for them.
Yeah, I've been for the last 2 years. I've been serving as the early career board liaison for NCAC, and so it's a brand new position, but essentially, there's been a big push in NCAC to have more involvement with younger consultants, or just kind of the nature of the industry the last few years is that there have been a lot, it's been getting older and older. And so, yeah, there's been a big push to have a lot of to bring in new blood.
Yeah.
And so they decided that a good way to do that would be to have kind of a younger consultant voice present on the board. And so, and I'm a non-voting member on the board, but I'm there and voice my opinions and just kind of bring the perspective of a younger person to the table. And so it's very cool just having that position. I've found it really excites a lot of young consultants, and kind of just shows that NCAC is excited about fostering that growth in NCAC, and it's been a very cool experience interacting with the board, and everybody is so welcoming of any different ideas and of my ideas, and they want to hear my voice. Yeah. And it's a field. It's very exciting of just seeing not a lot of ego and a lot of people that are eager to share knowledge and hear what everybody else's perspective is. That's
awesome, because that's how we always are, and it's refreshing when you are around other people that do that as well. And so I've been really excited that you've been a part of that, and then you also work with the DEI committee, right?
Yeah, it was it's a committee that was formed in 2020, and it was just kind of to fill a need of, we've kind of realized that NCAC was becoming a little bit was lacking a bit of diversity in terms of its culture and the types of people that were becoming acoustical consultants.
Yeah.
And so it's been a bit of an open-ended initiative to learn what we don't know and to kind of ask some questions about the organization and how we can improve and how we can make NCAC a more inclusive environment. Yeah. And we've had a lot of really exciting advancements of a lot more people from a lot of different backgrounds, becoming members of NCAC, but then also, taking leadership positions in NCAC, attending meetings, and just being more present in the community. And so it's been a very cool thing of kind of talking about, it's so much of business to business relationships, learning from each other. It's just natural that we're stronger when we have a more diverse, group membership of, where there are more perspectives on the table, more different backgrounds, and ultimately just makes for a more robust industry.
Yeah. And you meet with them how often? Like once a month?
We meet about once a quarter.
Or
I think it might be every 3 months, 2 or 3 months. But yeah, we meet once a quarter, just discuss our different initiatives, and then there are meetings in between kind of for the different projects that we have going on as needed, depending on what projects you're meeting with.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I love that we're way more involved with NCAC in the past. I think, with me not having gone to any of the national meetings, it was mostly because it was another weekend that I was traveling. When I was by myself, it was just hard to do that with all the other work that we are doing. But the fact that you can go out there and represent the company, and just all the relationships that you're building, and just helping out those people in their younger careers as well, I think it's awesome. You're doing a great job with that.
Thanks. Yeah. And it's been especially helpful for as we've grown as a company, where we have several employees and several members of the team now, and where the last keynote speaker at the last kind of a seminar that they had at the annual meeting was about employee wellness. Yeah. And this year, one of our big goals this year is to develop our employee wellness program. And a lot of what they discussed in that seminar is kind of making its way into our discussions that we're having about developing our employee wellness program. Yeah. And so it is just a cool resource of being able to look at other companies like us and, just have discussions with them about what we're doing, what they're doing, and where we can learn, where we can help others grow as well.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We love being a part of NCAC, and look forward to more years of that. Yeah. Next one I want to talk about is the Audio Engineering Society, and that's AES. And on their website, they promote that it's the only professional society devoted exclusively to audio technology. And they have the AES convention in New York every year, which you attended was it last year or earlier
It
this
was
year?
2023.
Yeah. Okay. Last year.
November.
But with you now living in Schenectady, New York, you can get to New York City really easily and attend that conference. And what did you think of it this year?
It was a really awesome conference. There was a lot of different kind of aspects of audio and acoustics present. And what a lot of people don't realize is that their acoustics and things related to acoustics and room acoustics is very present in audio, in audio engineering, in the AES. A lot of people tend to think that it's a lot of kind of like, being behind a console or building electronics or sound system, kind of the electrical engineering side of things more, but acoustics is very, very present. So I was there seeing different testing methods for analyzing polar patterns and sound sources. There was one that was analyzing polar patterns for different instruments, which is really valuable for us as developing treatment plans or room designs for performance halls or anywhere where music might be or where these instruments might be used. Yeah. And there's a lot of those kinds of studies being done. Awesome. And so it's somewhere where acoustics isn't kind of obvious, but it's very much there. Sure. And then it gives us an opportunity to gain a lot of context in the other areas where acoustics is being used of, new developments in loudspeaker design or developments in audio, audio integration and things like that in studios.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, they always have interesting white papers and seminars and things like that people could attend and kind of open your eyes to even new aspects within the industry that people may not be aware of. I know also I've presented at AES chapters like at different universities in the past, and like Purdue, Indiana, Butler University, Ball State, and Webster University, and some others. But and you were heavily involved at Purdue with your organization there.
Yeah, lots of universities have student chapters, and I was the president of the AES chapter at Purdue. I was also the president of the ASA chapter. We kind of combined them into both, but they were also separate. Yeah. But
ASA is the Acoustical Society of America, and we're members of that as well. But you ran that program, and you would set up like tours of different facilities or have speakers come in, and I think that was really helpful for the students.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes a really cool place for people from different areas of knowledge in terms of audio to meet up and learn from each other and kind of just gain more context in the field.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of ASA, there's also a program at ASA that you were involved with. Maybe not personally, but you have a passion for that.
Yeah. They have a program. It's called the SURIA program, which stands for the, what does it stand for?
It stands for the Summer Undergraduate Research or Internship Experience in Acoustics. I don't know why you wouldn't remember that. It's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, and so it's essentially a program that helps support underrepresented students in acoustics. And so, minorities, people of color, women in acoustics, underrepresented people, and it helps help connect them with opportunities in either real world, industry internships or in research as undergraduate students, which is really, really invaluable, especially, internships help you get connections for finding work afterwards, but then research opportunities really help you get kind of a leg up or some experience that you usually aren't getting in your undergraduate experiences. Yeah. And the cool thing is that it involves a course in acoustics before the program, and then it involves a lot of check-ins throughout the program. Yeah. And so it's very robust, and it's also you're connecting with a lot of other companies as well. So, and you're not only getting familiar with the way one company works, you're also getting a chance to interface with a lot of other companies and a lot of other people doing different types of work in the acoustics field. Yeah. And it's a really great program. NCAC also helps support it. Yeah. And so NCAC helps, with promoting it and connecting students to it as well. And so it's just another great way of the industry coming together to help, push to make us a better to make us a better field.
Yeah, I know that we put our name in the hat for that in the past. We just haven't had an intern from that program yet, but hopefully in the future we will.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate timing where we actually got approved for it, but I was going to be the mentor, and then I was moving at the time, and so I wasn't going to be at the office. Right. But I'm sure we'll be keeping our eye out and seeing if we can work with it.
That'd be great. Another organization that we work with that actually is headquartered in Fishers, Indiana, which is just a town over from where we are, is CEDIA, which is the Custom Electronics Design and Installation Association. And they work mostly with high-end home technology, home theaters, whole house audio systems, like any technology that you would have in the home is something that CEDIA helps out with. They have a really robust training program for their CEDIA members and like AV integrators and dealers and installers that they can learn how to, hang projectors and calibrate projectors and speakers. And we've actually helped with, at their Fishers headquarters, we helped a little bit with the acoustics of their demo rooms. And it's kind of fun. They put up Z channel everywhere around the room, which is a different type of way to hang acoustical panels. So there's a Z clip on the wall and a Z clip on the panel, and then you can hang it down there. And they actually do training on acoustics there where people can come in and hang panels and then remove them and do testing and see how that's going to change the room. So it's and they have an amazing demo home theater there with surround sound and just really well treated as well. And in the past, I've gone to CEDIA Expo quite a bit. It's their conference. And recently I've started to present actually on studio acoustics at CEDIA, which is kind of different for them, but they were getting more and more requests for studio acoustics and design. And these AV integrators, like we do home theaters, and that's kind of similar, but it's different. There's a lot of different aspects of studios, and so those seminars I've been giving have been well attended, and people are very curious because they have a lot of people that have a home theater, but they're also into music, so they want to do both. And so yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and they have a lot of really good training programs that are available for people that are trying to get into the industry of trying to find work in AV integrating or integration or different design jobs that would be covered with CEDIA. And so it's a lot of programs that you can do independently, but then kind of gain that knowledge and get those certifications that can help you get be better prepared for work in the future.
Absolutely. So the next one I want to talk about is the American Institute of Architects, AIA. We're a sponsor of the AIA Indiana chapter, and we also are a continuing education provider for AIA nationwide. And so we actually have 4 certified courses on acoustics, and they range. Like some of them are just fundamentals of acoustics. Another one is how to convey acoustical terms to your clients. And so we have just some different courses because architects, they require continuing education and credits in order to keep their license. They have to always be learning and improving. And so they're always looking for these courses, and it's a good way for us to be able to provide that information to them. But we've built a lot of great partnerships with architects around the country just because of doing these that's their introduction to us. Like they get something from it, but then they also get a resource, and they know where to turn if they have acoustical issues. So you and I both present the AIA courses and help write them, and it's just been a really nice partnership. Also, the AIA Indiana chapter has an annual golf outing, which I enjoy, and they just do a lot of cool events around the community and showcase the work of the great architects that are in this area.
Yeah, and AIA Indiana has a lot of really cool programming throughout the year where they have, monthly meetings of, presenters of different sponsors or different members from AIA presenting the projects or the work that they have going on or continuing education courses and things like that. And we're able to attend as well as sponsors. And it's just a really cool way of getting to know more about the world of architecture and how it's done in projects or in avenues different than just architectural acoustics, but it also kind of helps us learn what the other side of the business is like or what work is like for architects in general. Yeah. And so it's been a really cool resource for us of getting to know more about, again, the industry in general as a whole.
That's great. Another one that we're a part of is Synergetic Audio Concepts, which short is SynAudCon. It's actually, the website for it is prosoundtraining.com, but it was started by Don and Carolyn Davis back in 1973, and they built just a wonderful amount of resources and technical courses, and then it's been taken up by Pat and Brenda Brown, who are just amazing people and just not only great teachers, but just really awesome people to be around. And so it's a great combination. They love to share their knowledge, and they have courses on sound system design and acoustics and different aspects of audio. And so we've been a member of S.O.U.N.D for probably as long as we've been a member of NCAC, probably about 12, 13 years or so. And just a really good resource. So anyone that's out there trying to learn more about audio and acoustics, prosoundtraining.com is a good website for that.
Yeah, I reference it all the time. I'm always looking at it. And they have a lot of acoustical, they have a big acoustical database as well of different acoustical materials. And so a lot of the materials that we're using in our, reverb time models and things like that, there's data that S.O.U.N.D has pulled.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last one, I'll let you talk about this one a little bit more. It's the Institute of Noise Control Engineering, and you've been involved with them in the past.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like what you were saying with acoustics. Acoustics is such a big field, and so noise control engineering as well. It's there's a lot of industrial noise control, but again, there's underwater acoustics, general building acoustics, architectural acoustics, and so it's a lot of different types of engineers gathering together, but with the kind of the background of noise control, of attenuating sound. And it's a really great resource there's a lot of, academic studies and things that go through INS for kind of just navigating more of like the engineering work behind noise and behind sound. Yeah. And they have, different meetings different conferences. This year, NoiseCon, their big conference for the year, is going to be paired with NCAC's annual meeting. So that'll be a great opportunity for a lot of acoustical consultants to go attend NoiseCon and get more involved with INS as well, which will be very cool. They also offer a few different courses for getting more familiar with noise control, different noise control concepts. They have a really cool testing certification course, which is not necessarily for an expert in noise control engineering, where it's almost like a testing technician, and so that it can help kind of like more entry level employees go out and conduct field testing if a higher level engineer isn't ready. And so it's cool that they're helping kind of spread the knowledge throughout the company more, so that it's not just only the most kind of highest level expertise experts at the company that are able to conduct a lot of this testing and a lot of the work.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I just love all the organizations that we get to be a part of. It's kind of it's an honor to be involved with them, but then also the people that we meet through them and how they enrich what we do, and we get to help them with what they do as well. I mean, it's the more we can be involved with those things, the better we'll be, and hopefully we'll be able to help some others as well.
Yeah, and especially with me right now, where I feel I'm still fairly early in my career. I'm just trying to be a sponge as much as I can and gain as much context about the industry and different fields that we're involved in. Yeah. And it's so exciting just getting to learn more from a point of view outside of just what our company's activities are.
Yeah. Thank you for being part of the S.O.U.N.D Project. If you're a member of any of these organizations that we mentioned, or you have particular interest in one of them, please comment below and we can help you out with that. And we'll see you next week.